morning and welcome to Community Conversations. I am Queen Miss Ebony J. You are listening and watching 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. So glad to be here another week. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Hope you're enjoying your day and sending positive vibes to you. I'm super excited about today's conversation because we're talking about parents on Father's Day, okay? Excited because in here with me is the founder and the parent coach, Miss Candace Stallworth, here representing Parent Promise. How are you today, Queen?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I won't complain. Happy Father's Day.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. We respect you, we commend you, we love you, and we support you.
Yes, and I got to give a shout out to our moms that hold down two roles. Shout out to you as well. Now, I'm glad that you was able to take some time out to talk with me today, and I want to kick things off just because people may not be familiar with your organization, but tell us what Parent Promise is and, excuse me, tell us why did you get started?
Okay, so Parent Promise is a nonprofit organization that promotes positive parenting strategies to parents and caregivers. I started the organization in August of 2020 during the pandemic. In my role as an after-school coordinator, I saw how our parents were really struggling to get our kids, to engage and to participate in classes. And so I've been in the mental health field for about 10 years. And so working in different roles with families, with children, I always had a passion for just improving parenting skills. And so that is what Parent Promise is we provide opportunities in classes. We provide family days, family engagement for us to practice those positive parenting strategies.
That is great. What motivated you to kick this thing off?
So becoming a single mother, I have two beautiful daughters, Chloe and Kayla. They are my why. They are my reason. And so me and my daughter used to do this thing called Mommy Promise. And anytime I made a Mommy Promise, I had to follow through. And so when I came up with the name of Parent Promise, I was just thinking, what is our ultimate parent promise? What do we promise to these kids to, help them to grow and help them develop? And so that is what motivates me, is being a mom, because I feel like that's my favorite job. And so, yeah, that's what motivates me.
How long have you been around, Miss Candace?
So you mean the organization?
Yes.
So the organization was founded in August 2020. It actually is founded on my favorite lady, the lady who raised me. She passed away August 29th. And so we founded it actually on her day, because I feel like, she was kind of like my ultimate parent promise. She definitely led me in a way. She developed me to be the woman that I am. Like, kudos to my mom as well. But like when it came to both of them, they both kind of like crafted me into who I am. So we've been around for about 3 years and counting, because we plan on being around for a while.
Period. Who is your target audience? Is it men? Is it women? Is it both parents?
So as of right now, it's single parents, low income families. But for the main services that we offer is single mom groups. Because here's the thing about me. I know how to be a mama. Even though I do some dual roles, I do have a special thing for moms. And so right now we are servicing like a single moms group, and then our family engagement is open to anybody. And so I think we'll talk about that later in the interview about what that looks like.
Well, yes, I want to dive into some of the services, because we got some parents that may be listening right now like, ooh, what's up? Talk to us about some of the services that you all provide.
So right now, we do single mom support groups once a month, and that's a time where we can come and we just talk about different topics. We talk about mental health, we talk about communication, we talk about stress management, just all things parenting. Because I know being a single mother, we really don't get a lot of time. And when we do get that time, I like to be intentional on what we focus on. And so, we do single parent groups, and we also have activities for the kids. So if you have to bring the kids, we have things for them to do as well. In addition to our single parent monthly groups, we also do pop-up play dates. And so pop-up play dates sometimes either look like we have some families that want to go to the Reds games, or we have some families that want to go skating, or, we have some families that want to get out and do jump places. And we just basically, we fund it. And my biggest thing with the pop-up play dates is I like to create family memories. I feel
Yeah.
like that's how we bond with our kids. That's how we work on our parenting strategies. That's how we reward our kids. And so doing activities like with the family is like one of my favorite things. And that's why I'm excited about this summer.
Oh, look, you done got me excited.
Good.
So when we come, let's talk about the long-term goals that you have for Parent Promise, because it's been 3 years and you all are still going on. And it sounds like you all started during COVID. Talk about like where you started to where you are now and where we're trying to get to.
Yeah, so this started in my living room around a lot of Amazon boxes. So we had to run the after school program online. You'll hear about that later in another story. But basically, when we think about where we started was, it was an idea to say, okay, how do we get parents to like get involved, to be
Mhm.
active, to support our kids? And then how do we, get our strategies to be more productive for their development? And so as I was going through like the single mom support groups, that was like the first thing we did. It was like meeting monthly and just seeing like, what were the issues or what were the challenges, what are the mental health things that we want to overcome? And then in the second year, we had a chance to collaborate with Black Empowerment Works, shout out to them, and BI3, which is our sponsor right now. We wrote a grant up for family resiliency groups and family engagement. And so to this day, we now, anything that we do, we get to basically get that from our funds from BEW. And so the long-term goal is we want a building. We want a parenting center where you can come in and get parenting support. You can get resources. You can develop yourself. We want a parenting maker space, just to give people that opportunity to grow themselves. One thing about Parent Promise, and that has always been my goal, is to make people self-sufficient. We get a lot of free in this world, right? We get a lot of free things. And in reality, none of that stuff is free. It's costing somebody and it's costing you. And so my biggest goal for Parent Promise is to open up a parenting center where you don't have to come in there just when there is an issue. You can come in and reach out for support. You can come up in there and get some development. And I think the biggest thing we can obtain in life is knowledge. And once you obtain some knowledge, nobody can take it from you.
Lord, I want to hit a button, a horn, drop a mic or something. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Candace. If you all are just tuning in, I'm talking to Candace Stallworth, who is the founder and parent coach for Parent Promise. They've been around for 3 years now, truly making a difference and impact. And like she said, providing the parents with the support that they need. Now, how can individuals support Parent Promise?
Okay, so we have a few ways that we support. So volunteer. So in this next year, we want to develop some parent coaches that are just there for support, preventative services. Some of our target audience is those families that have like JFS cases that are open. And a lot of times when JFS cases are open, you get a caseworker, you may get therapy, but you don't really get that person that can like be in the trenches with you. And that's my favorite part is work, believe it or not. It's like being in the trenches with people and then seeing them come out of it, seeing them adjust their strategies to what they're doing. So if you are a parent advocate, or you're somebody who's good with people, or you feel like you have a great parenting style, because one thing about parenting is like everybody's not going to parent like me, and I don't want to like disservice somebody because they come into our office and they see how I parent, they're like, I don't like that. So if you feel like you have some like you have a niche for people and you have a niche for development, I would like to get your resume. You can go on our website, you can submit it, and we can talk about how you can help our mission. Another way, we're always looking for board members. So right now we are small, but we are mighty. Okay. If you don't know that yet, we definitely are looking for people to help us make decisions that affect our community. And that's my biggest thing. Like when I partner, when I support, they look like us. And that's my main focus. And I mean, I'm not really worried about who likes it or don't, but I know that we got to help ourselves. And so
Agreed.
that's a way. We also we do have a donate button on our website. We have a podcast. If you ever want to listen to it, it is on our website. We have donation like button and links. We have Cash App. We do have a bank account at Republic Bank and Trust. And so there's multiple ways to support us. But the best way you can support us is get on our Instagram, get on our Facebook, get on our LinkedIn, and just share the information. Because I'm also sharing like free resources, you know, things that I come about that may be not in the community. That's the way you can support us. It's like share our information, get the information out there, and let people know that Parent Promise is here and we're here to stay.
I love it. Tell us about the podcast, though. You try to slide that in real
I
quick.
did. Look, I'm so random sometimes. So the podcast is called the Purpose Parent Podcast. And I call it the #1 parenting podcast because we talk about like real life stuff. Right now, I feel like God has led the conversation towards trauma. And so our first 2 episodes is about trauma and like overcoming. And we have a training coming up that I'm going to talk about it in a minute. And the podcast really is just like those conversations that are intimate, you know, those conversations that help our parents grow and develop. Like that's my main thing I say on there is like, I hope you're ready to grow. Because that's what I need. Like that's what our community needs. That's what our kids need. And so the podcast is definitely purposeful. And it is all about parenting strategies, you know, coping skills, or, you know, whatever. I feel like I'm letting God lead the conversation right now. And so right now he has us on trauma. So we're definitely talking about that.
I love it. And when does it drop?
So we actually just dropped the 2nd episode a couple of days ago because we were, you know, I want to get people excited about this next training that we're about to have because it's gonna be powerful. You might even learn some superpowers at this training. So I'm just excited to get people in the information of like knowing that it is people like you that's working in this field, that's being effective in this field, and you need to come see us because we're gonna give you the real.
Exactly. Now, summer is here, though. And I know the parents always are trying to find stuff to do for the summer. Or what do you all have going on for the summer for the babies?
Yep. So for the summer, we are actually doing some pop-up family days. So you have to go to our Instagram to see those because those are random because we have a partner who does donate tickets to us to like, so we are going to the Reds game next week on the 21st. We get to walk a parade. And you really only get to sign up if you come follow us. I'm open to anybody coming in that wants to have a good time with their children, that wants to hang out, you know, just with some positive families. And so you have to follow our Instagram. We do have a back to school resource fair that we are planning right now. So if there are any businesses out there, any daycares, any providers that you want to collaborate, definitely send me an email at parentpromise513 at gmail.com, or, you know, inbox me on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, any way to connect with me. Definitely get the information because I want to have a resource fair where there is like fun and play, but there's also like self-sufficiency because that's the goal.
Yeah. Parents need to be able to do what they need to do for their kids. But like you said, providing the resources is what's going to help. And you listed how we can support earlier, but who currently supports Parent Promise? Because I know right now you're still looking for more supporters, but let's show some love to those who you already are working with.
Yes, so I love to shout out my people because, like I told you, I work with my people. So my first people to shout out is Black Empowerment Works with United Way. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to even like invest in our community and this mission. Thank you to BI3 for believing in our support in the mental health field. We partner with Mr. Moneyman, Lawrence Kane at Abundance University. We also have partnered with MVK Cincinnati, which gives us our tickets to places. Didi's Butter Bar, Tipsy Terrium, 3E Consultant, Be Enlightened LLC. I mean, the list goes on, and they all look like me. And that's the part about it. Like, I love that all my supporters are like me because we are doing this work and we can come together. And I hope that that is something that is shined on when you see Parent Promises, that we collaborate, we unite, and we're giving back to our community.
What legacy would you say you're trying to leave behind with Parent Promise, especially again being 3 years in and it's just still constantly growing?
So the legacy I hope that Parent Promise leaves is that we could do it too. The biggest thing about this field and this work is not a lot of people look like us. Not a lot of people are like as passionate in this field like us. And I feel that sometimes our community gets a disservice because we don't have people that look like us that can relate and give us the information on our understanding.
Yes.
And, you know, the biggest one I think also is our slogan is positive parenting only. And not to say that, you know, you won't make mistakes, or not to say that you won't, you know, come out of that. But, you know, if you focus on some positive parenting, you can overall be that. And then, you know, love is free. So we're giving out some love for sure.
Yes, because they need it. The parents need it, the kids need to shoot. It's the winner, the one we just be referring to life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm just glad that you were able to come talk to us. Is it too late to join? Is this like a membership basis, or how do we get services if we're interested and we heard something today and we want to move forward?
You can always join Parent Promise because we are always looking to grow. This is like a movement. This is a mission to give our kids what J. Cole said, we need better role models.
For
This is
real.
to give our kids that. And so you can go over to www.parentpromiseppo.org and you can find all the information to get in touch with us, submit your resume, donate to us, collaborate. We really want your support, and we want to get this awareness out here because we know that positive parenting only is going to happen only in our community if we do the work.
Only if we do it. Nobody gonna do it for us.
Not at all.
Say it again and louder.
Yes, ma'am. For those in the back.
What's the site that we can go on? You all have a website, or are you out on social media?
Yeah, so we have the website. That's the www.parentpromiseppo.org. On all social medias, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we are at Parent Promise 513, all one word.
And do not forget that this summer they're having an advanced trauma caregiver training.
Oh, let me speak to that. So actually, the registration closes tomorrow, but I will talk to my facilitator and see if he'll leave it open for a couple of days, because it is coming July 1st. And this is a room that you're going to want to have a seat in. Like I said, we just talked about it on the podcast, but I'm paying for all the seats. Okay. I ain't holding back because I said our people need this. Like, and that's one thing about me when it comes to this business. And shout out to my treasurer who supports me endlessly. Like, she always be like, you sure you want to spend on that? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. And we're going to do that. And so we have 25 seats available for that training. Now, some of the seats are taken, but there is still time to register. So if you go to our site and look under resources, it's going to say free trauma training. Don't worry about the payment. I got you. Just get on there, get your name so we can get your seat.
Get your name in. You heard her. I'm super excited, Miss Candace. Again, if you all want some of that trauma caregiver training, the registration is closing fast. Do it today. Handle it today before all the spaces are, backed up. And don't forget to go to Parent Promise website because they have a lot going on for the summer. And I know there's going to be an event in November that you all are not going to want to miss, because we want to make sure that we're bringing everyone together, especially the parents. Thank you, Candace, for all you're doing over at Parent Promise. And thank you for coming to talk to me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity to share my mission and my baby and my dream. And I appreciate you for this platform and giving our people a chance to, speak up.
No problem. Listen, I struggled all morning. Like, I'm going to cancel. My mouth hurt. But we pushed through, y'all. I'm having wisdom tooth issues. So send prayers up for me. I'm just glad we was able to get through it the right way. And thank you again for all that you're doing for the parents. Parent Promise, everyone, head on over Facebook, Instagram, head on over to the website. Make sure you get connected. This is Community Conversations on 1230 The Buzz, your talk station, 101.1 The Wiz and 100.3 Cincy's R&B station. I'll be back on more community conversations. Stick around.